Liz here, coming at you with another video. Now, this one is another book review. And so, I don't know how many of you out there have read any of the books by Piper Rayne. So this book is another book by them. So this book is called Mr Heartbreaker. It's the number one, it's the first book in the Nest series. And this time for this novel, I read it as an audiobook. I haven't read many audiobooks yet, but this one was quite enjoyable. I liked the voice actors they used, and yeah, and usually with Piper Rayne, I've just read either the ebook or the physical book. And yeah, definitely it's definitely a good way to read when you don't have a lot of time or when you're trying to get ready and things like that. And it's really neat hearing the voice actors they choose. So now about this book, right? I've previously read the books in the series that were part, that were the Grizzlies, and they were part of the Den series. And, those were the football players and that kind of thing. And they previously lived in that building. And yeah, now one thing I really loved about this book was seeing other characters I'd previously seen in other books by Piper Rayne. Like, for example, Jagger Cale. I remember he was one of the friends in another series I had read, and I thought it was really cool that Jagger Cale was the agent of these hockey players. And seeing him again, and sort of hearing that he now has a family in that. And of course, back in those books I initially read where I'd found out about him as a character, he was kind of the one guy in that series, at least until the last book, I guess, who had been sort of free-minded, free-willed, sort of didn't want to settle down, and he was the one guy that was just having fun in life. And he was kind of unsure about all of his friends settling down, or he wanted them to stay bachelors and that a little bit more still as well. But needless to say, we kind of got a little bit of an update about Jagger Cale when the hockey players were asking about his family and about how everything was, right? So that was kind of cool seeing that. And when the book starts, Kylie has just gone to a wedding, and before she actually went to the wedding, though, she went back to the business that she worked at with her mom. And she went to grab a card and ended up seeing her mom with someone else other than her dad. So she was kind of let down and angry, and also wanted to make some bad decisions to take, or so she thought were bad decisions to take her mind off of, what she just found out about. So eventually she decides she's going to tell her brother about what happened. And of course, at the time, he's a pro hockey player, but he was playing in Florida. And so she thought, well, he can't really do much because he's not here, but I still want to tell him. But of course, unbeknownst to Kylie, Connor himself had seen their mom with someone else, but years back. And, she ended up finding out the hard way without Connor actually telling her, when he is talking to Rowan, who started off as just a friend with benefit type thing, or just having fun, and then ended up going into a relationship and being her boyfriend. So needless to say, there's definitely a lot of stuff going on in this book, right? There's, there's one thing how there's, where Kylie doesn't actually tell Rowan her actual name, and there's some lies going on, or some trust issues. There's also family dynamics and family trauma and family lies and secrets. And then there's also there's the found family, because the hockey team is almost like their own family, and they have a support system like that. And also too, there is the struggle of once Kylie's brother Connor gets traded to Chicago, and then they end up, it ends up where you know, they kind of have it out against each other, you know, Connor and Rowan, because the fact that Connor realizes that Kylie is with Rowan, and he worries that Rowan's going to take advantage of her. But what Connor doesn't know, because he doesn't give Rowan the chance to, is that Rowan and Kylie are in love with each other. While they were just trying to have fun at first, they ended up falling for each other. And yeah, this was a great book. I'm really excited to read the other books in the series. I would probably say give this like a solid like 8 out of 10 or 4 out of 5 kind of thing. Can't wait to read the other books in the series, and let me know in the comments if you've read any of the books in the Nest series as well, or if you've read any of Piper Rayne's other books, and if you have, which book was your favorite. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, take care. Bye, guys!